Welcome to the Commissioner's Report. I'm your host, Jeremy Morady. With me today, we've got our two guests, Commissioner Rick Wilson and Paul Womble, who is our Emergency Management Director. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in.
It's good to be here. It's getting that time again, so that we got Paul in here. He's going to talk about the hurricane season for us.
Doom and gloom is what Paul brings
as long as you're prepared, that's the thing.
But yeah, that's the important thing. Know what could happen and have a plan and hope it doesn't happen.
That's right, and hurricane season's right upon us. We're in that critical time where we kind of need to be preparing some, and wanted to talk a little bit about that today. Commissioner, I know you've been around a while and you've seen a thing or two in your time. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Every year, when hurricane season is over with, I take a sigh, even if we got, sometimes get hit or not. And because, of course, it's getting close to holiday season and the temperature's cooling off. But, every year this time, I start getting prepared myself. I've got numerous businesses, and we're in the cattle business, got a lot of property, and it's just something that you have to, in my way, I have to be prepared. And it goes down to my house and with my family. But it's nothing to play with, and I'm just so glad that this day and time, with some of the tracking that we have, has got so much better than it was back in the day. That's one good thing about it. A week out or whatever, they kind of give you a hint it's coming your way. With this technology, this day and time, it's going to be pretty close to what they say, isn't it, Paul?
Yeah, the forecasts have gotten much more accurate, but there's still uncertainty until 2 or 3 days before landfall, and you don't want to wait. You have to get ready. You don't want to rush or wait until if there is a big one coming and people are making runs on the stores, and they've waited too late at that point to get ready.
Well, I think we're coming out of COVID and everything, all the rushes that have been on the stores for supplies. I think it's been a little bit more in the public eye on how you need to be prepared, not just for what we dealt with in the pandemic, but going forward, too, with hurricane supplies.
Yeah, so we have lots of potential hazards, tornadoes and severe weather. They don't affect everyone like a hurricane would, but that's part of the plan. What are you going to do? And Commissioner Wilson mentioned, work and house, and we've all got different situations. I mean, I'm going to be at work. I know where I'll be if we have a storm, and our staff will be too. A lot of county folks will be right there at work. So we've got to get ready up front. But depending on if you've got kids or parents or dependent or pets, right? And Commissioner mentioned cattle. If you've got livestock or even just one dog, you got to make your plan based on your situation and what you have to do.
Sure, and that's first and foremost is making that plan and knowing what you need to be prepared for and what's coming at you. And a lot of us have been here, over the years and have gone through that. We've got our plan, we update it. But for those who haven't, I know we've updated a lot of things over the years as far as messaging goes, and with how things have advanced with websites and everything. We have a lot that we can offer folks now.
Yeah, check out the county website, polk-county.net, and find the emergency management page. We've got a lot of preparedness information. Each year we work with our sports marketing group to prepare what we call our hurricane shelter map that's got phone numbers and the locations of where all the shelters are. We don't open them all, but they're all listed there. If that's part of your plan, if you live in a mobile home or an RV or even in some type of area that historically floods, those are the folks that we would want to leave their home and go to a shelter. If that's the only choice they had, a better choice is, part of your plan, go to someone family member, someone from church that is able to stay home. They may have done some things to protect their house. You don't want to be in a trailer or an RV in high winds.
Sure. Yeah. Well, and those maps are such a great tangible tool that you can use to have in front of you. I know we've been getting them for years to just have. They've got all the call numbers on them, all the addresses right. for where you might need to go. Also, for the folks, the special needs folks, there's special things that they can do if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, so anybody that has some type of special medical need, especially if you need power, need electricity to keep an oxygen concentrator going or some other type of piece of medical equipment that keeps you alive and well during normal times, we have a program, we call it our special needs program. You can pre-register with emergency management, and we'll call you. We call everybody that's pre-registered if a storm's coming to see if they need shelter. We work with Citrus Connection to see if they need transportation. Mm-hmm. And that's even just somebody, they may not have a special medical need at all, but their situation is they need to go to a public shelter and they just don't have any way to get there. They can pre-register for those things. Okay. And that helps us plan, so we have enough staff, that we have the facilities. And then there are some people that may have a higher level of care, and we can even work with them to try to get them placed in one of the hospitals or a nursing facility that we've got arrangements with. And again, it's all about having a plan. And if you have special medical needs, your plan's more complicated, and we want to try to help.
Sure. And Commissioner, in all of this, Paul's the front man in a lot of it when it comes to the preparation. But the commission plays a huge role as things move through, and with emergency declarations coming from the county manager's office and y'all's approval for a number of different things. Yeah. Would you like to talk to us a little bit about, because y'all play such an active role?
Yeah, we do, and we take this very, very seriously, and we do whatever we have to in our means to be able to make sure everybody from, Emergency Operations Center, they have everything they need and everything's in place. But what I want to touch on, is right now in Polk County, for quite a while, we're one of the fastest growing counties in the United States. We are the fastest growing county in the state, but I'm going to back up the one about in the United States. So, 50 people a day are basically moving to Polk County. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of people that hasn't ever been around a hurricane season just from last season.
Sure.
So they need to know to take this very seriously. These things, they will bite you, and but just stay in tune. Follow what follow your local channels and follow what we put out on the websites and stuff. And if you prepare yourself and don't take it lightly. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people, they want to stay in their homes. I get that. I remember one time my daddy told me, he said, we would always get prepared for her, back when some big ones hit us, and we get prepared, and it's kind of like, we're sitting there, and back in the day, Muhammad Ali said he was coming over to your house in 2 or 3 days and was going to beat you up, and we sit there and waited on him. And we do that as Floridians in the hurricane season. Mm-hmm. Because of stuff. We worry about our houses, we worry about all this. But the main thing is just be prepared. And we're going to do, our team and the county's going to do everything to take care of everybody here before and after. And that's the biggest thing.
Well, I know you guys have all put a lot of thought and planning into this. And one of the things I've always learned is, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Mm-hmm. And that's how we prepare for hurricane season around here.
Yep, and it's coming.
Yes, it is. Well, thank you both for joining us. I sure do appreciate you taking the time to go over some of this important information.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Well, that does it for this edition of Commissioner's Report. Join us next time.